Brian Cage and Moose, two huge heavyweight competitors set to do battle. But Mr. St. Laurent, if you think that these are just two behemoths who are going to have a typical heavyweight matchup, you're sorely mistaken.
Oh, I know better. I've seen both of these men, and this is what makes this matchup so great. It's not just that it's two big beasts going at it. They are both so agile, and they both are able to come up with offense that you would expect from lower divisions.
Let's look at the tail of the tape. Brian Cage, 264 pounds. He calls himself the king of, what is that, Swing style?
He's the king of whatever he wants.
Swole style, the king of swole style. And of course, Moose, 299 pounds, 6'5", a big bruiser, and a former NFL player. Moose played college football at Syracuse University, was an offensive tackle there. Went on to be a fifth-round pick of the Atlanta Falcons, played 62 games in the NFL before turning his attention to professional wrestling, trained by Mr. Hughes, starting back in 2012.
Well, you look at the athletes that we've had here tonight, the success that they've had in other sports, but pro wrestling is the ultimate proving ground. Pro wrestling is planet Earth's original sport. And I don't say that as hyperbole, it's just the truth, Rich. And there is no better way to prove physical dominance than in the wrestling ring.
The time is now, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you live in attendance here in Orlando, Florida, and for those of you watching worldwide at DivisionPro.tv, the time is now, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time for your main event. The following contest takes place in the Division Pro Heavyweight Division. Introducing first, to my right, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in this evening at 299 pounds, from the Moose Nation, he is Moose! And his opponent, to my left, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in this evening at 264 pounds, from Chico, California, the Wolverine, the effing machine, Mr. GMSI, Brian Cage.
A lot of respect between these two big men. No pretense, no trash talking, just two amazingly athletic big guys colliding to see who is the best pound for pound heavyweight here in Division Pro.
Yeah, and it's the only heavyweight match here on the main card. And whoever wins this, if they made the argument, hey, I'm the number one ranked guy, who could argue against them, right?
You can't, right?
And so when you have multiple matches in other divisions, there's a bit of an argument. But for these guys, they know what's at stake for sure. And you got to make sure the first event, if you could win the main event, prove yourself as the dominant heavyweight. What a feather in their cap it would be.
As you said, the only heavyweight matchup on the card tonight in the middleweight division, Sami Callihan and Tom Lawler both winners. I mean, who's the number one ranked competitor there? They both have an argument,
so
right?
Yeah. You could have a split national title like what happened in college football when I was a kid, but as the big boys now, you see the speed, the athleticism like we talked about. What a leapfrog there. They don't wrestle like heavyweights. They just happen to be heavyweights.
This match could become extremely physical as these two guys test their enormous strength as this battle goes on, but the key could be which one is able to execute some of the more agility-based maneuvers most effectively.
Yeah, and I think if you want to try to execute those types of moves, the earlier the better. Because even though they're both so agile, such great balance, they can do things that men their size should not be able to do. When you are that large, Rich, so much oxygen is needed for those muscles. And so the later this thing goes, you can't expect them to have the same gas 10, 20 minutes in like a lighter guy would, and fatigue becomes more of a factor.
Moose against Cage. Cage, he calls himself the King of Swole style. Moose, just, I mean, quite honestly, one of the top up-and-coming big men in the business of professional wrestling. If you haven't seen him before, if this is your first time seeing Moose, prepare to be impressed because he's something special.
Well, whether you're a Moose, whether you're the King of Swole style, these guys are trying to become the king of the jungle here tonight in Division Pro, and I've got no idea who it's going to be.
Moose, the 2015 PWI Rookie of the Year. Brian Cage ranked 200th out of the top 500 singles in professional wrestling in 2016 by PWI.
And that's just people not knowing about Brian Cage. And I would say in the last year, a lot more people know now, because anybody that sees Brian Cage says to themselves, this guy could be the top heavyweight in the world someday.
Whoa, what a drop kick by Moose. That's exactly what we were talking about.
If Brian Cage had been a foot taller, Moose still would have hit him. Probably one of the highest elevations on a drop kick I've ever seen in my life.
And for a guy that's 6'5", nearly 300 pounds, that is nothing short of breathtaking.
I'm pretty sure that Moose could drop kick a basketball rim. I mean, that was just crazy.
Now, we said these two have a lot of respect for each other, but again, that does not preclude things from spilling out of control here tonight, does it?
Well, yeah, and I don't care how much respect you have, Rich. Once that bell rings, you have to block that out of your head. You got to throw that out the window. You can have respect again tomorrow. Right now, you're going to war, and you cannot worry about any respect you've got for a guy because you need to hurt him.
Oh, my goodness. That is a stiff kick right to the side of the head.
Bicycle kick there. From a man that size, you do not see that very often. The balance that takes. You know, Moose, we're really seeing early on why he's been so impressive, why he's had so much success everywhere. But Cage catches him. Was Moose going for a Hurricane Rana on the floor?
Oh, right into the ring post, back first. He may have been.
And think about the strength it took for Cage to catch Moose in midair like that, let alone hold him and throw him into the post.
Down for the cover here, only a 1 count.
I mean, this is like a clash of the titans, man. I truly feel like we're watching two superheroes go to war.
Brian Cage said, quote, Moose is incredible. Lots of great big men are, but Moose is one of the greatest big men that I've seen. He's paid his dues the hard way, the right way.
Well, I hate to throw around the term dream match loosely.
Oh, what a clothesline!
Truly a dream match, and you're right, nearly took his head off there. You could sit at home and try to dream up of what is the ultimate heavyweight matchup, and Brian Cage and Moose would be at the top of the list as he stomps him right in the midsection there.
You know, Moose changed up his workout plan for this matchup. Saw on DivisionPro.tv some of the hype videos, and you know, Moose was doing the sled pulls, lots of different things that he said he normally doesn't do because he. Wow, what a suplex! What a breathtaking suplex! Cover. I mean, normally you don't lose your mind for a suplex. You see a guy that big get suplexed like that, that is something special to watch.
Yeah, and I don't know who owns this ring, but too many more suplexes like that, and this thing could explode. And you talked before about changing up the training. Sometimes when you're a guy like Moose, he might be wrestling on an event where his opponent is 50 pounds lighter than him. And when you know you're going against another beast, you have to change up the training.
Moose said he felt like he needed to push himself to the limit.
Well, yeah, if you're facing Brian Cage, you have to push yourself to the limit. But if you're Brian Cage, you go into the ring, sometimes you want to kind of convince yourself that your opponent is underestimating you, psych yourself up, get angry. How could Cage do that when we all know that Moose took this match so seriously?
Off come the gloves. Moose said about Cage, he's a great competitor. I know what I'm getting myself into. Moose said that. You wonder if Cage didn't know what he was getting into. Oh, wow! At the last second, flipped him on his back. Unbelievable agility by Brian Cage into the cover and a kick out by Moose.
Find me another man on this planet with that kind of muscularity that can do a standing moonsault. I'll wait.
A guy that big doing,
Yeah, please,
doing
find
a moonsault. Never mind a standing moonsault, a regular moonsault. Forget it.
And with such ease and such grace, Brian Cage is an anomaly. He is a freak of nature. It's absolutely unbelievable. This man must have been like crafted in some sort of fantasy world. It's unbelievable that he exists in real life.
Powerbomb by Moose. Senton. Here goes Moose. Unbelievable. Moonsault from the second rope into the cover, hooks the leg, and a kick out at 2 by Cage.
And Moose can't believe it. Not the kind of guy to throw out a moonsault every day off that second rope. Lands it. I don't know how Cage kicked out.
And I stand corrected, that was the Moose salt, not the moonsault. The Moose salt.
Well, he can call it whatever he wants. It was so impressive. I'll call it a moose salt if he wants.
Kick to the back of the skull by Cage. Can the rope support a guy that big? We'll find out. Oh, God!
Chokeslam powerbomb from the top rope.
And a kick out. Moose calls that the go to hell. And it nearly drove Brian Cage right through the center of the ring.
Yeah, think about that. He could have just chokeslammed him from the top, decided to turn it into a powerbomb. Great innovative offense there from Moose, but not enough. Brian Cage somehow managed to kick out there.
Countered by Cage, sends Moose into the turnbuckle. Uh-oh.
He's got a wrist clutch. Oh, and the jaw.
Oh, plants him!
Turned him completely inside out.
Moose somehow able to stay alive.
And I wonder if Moose knew how close to the ropes he was. You're turned upside down like that. You land with such impact. You're dizzy. You have no idea where you are. They could have just put the leg on the ropes, but probably didn't know.
What does Cage have in mind right here? You gotta be, no, no way. Oh my, no! Oh, wow! That is mind-bending! And Moose able to kick out.
You think about that. A man is standing on the apron, and you want to stand on the ropes and suplex him all the way into the ring. In any other wrestler, you would say they were crazy for even dreaming that up, and he hit it perfectly. And I don't know what these hand signs mean from Brian Cage, but whatever he's got in mind, it's not good for Moose.
Moose able to get himself free. Kick is caught. German suplex by Cage.
Oh, he rolled through.
This time Moose connects with the kick. No! Cage with the counter.
Yeah, nice spine buster there from Brian Cage. Could be looking for a powerbomb here.
Buckle bomb! Moose nearly cut Cage in half. The hit stick, is that enough? Barely getting the left shoulder up. That spear nearly cut Brian Cage in half.
Yeah, what recovery after that buckle bomb to explode out with a somersault spear.
As Brian Cage connecting with that buckle bomb. This matchup continues, both men trying to get back to their feet. Moose appears to be in slightly better shape than Brian Cage.
Both men taking a while to get up here. Barely made it to a knee in time.
I'm certainly not saying one guy's in better shape than the other. I'm saying in the course of this match.
Oh yeah, you know, both these guys have taken so many shots. That's going to be the story of the match as this thing continues on. Who can just last energy-wise?
Uppercut by Cage. Trading shots back and forth. Cage connecting with a chin of Moose. Moose with a left hand. One more. One more. One more. Moose winding up. Oh, the high knee by Cage. Oh my goodness, what a drop kick. Oh man! Tornado DDT off the ropes. Double clothesline.
Both men going for the discus clothesline there, colliding center of the ring.
Now, my eyes are still deceiving me because Moose got incredible height on that drop kick. Did Cage drop? Did he block it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. He got all the way up there, but Cage somehow was able to recover quickly.
A big DDT from the ropes. And again, both guys struggling to get to their feet. Cage up first this time. Multiple kicks by Brian Cage. This time caught by Moose. Oh!
These two behemoths colliding once again. Now Moose setting him up. Oh, he's going for the discus elbow, gets caught.
Oh, plants him! That is all. Brian Cage is victorious.
See the blood on the face.
Cage busted open. Let's take another look here. MSL at the closing moments of this match. Moose going for that discus clothesline again. But Cage caught him.
What an F5, plants him right on the head. Nobody in the world that can kick out of that.
Think about what Brian Cage did. Think about the strength that it takes to F5 a guy the size of Moose.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner by pinfall, the Wolverine, the FN Machine, Mr. GMSI, Brian Cage. Brian Cage, a very impressive battle between two big men, and you're showing the effects of the war. Your thoughts after picking up that huge victory?
My thoughts? Hey, Moose is a hell of an athlete. He's a former NFL superstar. He's coming over here, kicking out some pro wrestling. Give a hand for Moose, huh? And then my thoughts of it, did you guys come out here to watch a pro wrestling event tonight or what? There you are, now you're alive. That's the most noise I've heard all night. We're out here busting our asses, and you guys out here sitting on your hands. We give you one hell of a show. Put your hands together, give it up for us. Don't sit there and just say, Steve, let us know we're entertaining you. I'm happy to be here. Give a shout out to all the boys in the back, everyone that came out. Thank you, and until the next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Cage!
So Brian Cage with the rights to call himself the top competitor
On behalf of everyone here, Division Pro,
in the heavyweight division here at Division Pro. That's pretty much going to do it from Orlando tonight. Before we wrap up, Mr. St. Laurent, any closing thoughts?
Well, we saw great matches in every division here tonight, and I just can't wait to see what comes up next on future events. Brian Cage, perhaps the greatest heavyweight in the world right now, he proved it.
What a night this has been here, the inaugural event for Division Pro, venue 578 in Orlando, Florida. That is going to do it for J. Brian Miles, for all the competitors and our crew, and for Mr. Josh Woods from Ring of Honor, and as well, Mr. St. Laurent. It has been a pleasure having you alongside tonight. My name's Rick Quokini, saying so long. We will see you next time on DivisionPro.tv. Good night, everyone.